Hi Gemini, how are we today? Just doing our weekly readings. This week we are asking the question, what do you need to learn? Whether these lessons be spiritual, emotional, or somewhere in reality, we're asking the question and seeing what comes out for you. Please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I will also be looking at work, career, finances as well. Okay, so I forgot to add that there. But make sure you do like and comment on the videos. Help those algorithms, get more subscribers for the channel. I do really appreciate all of that. I've got the Spiritual Messages Oracle, Messages from Spirit Oracle. I have two Lenormand decks here. We have the Fairy Tale Lenormand as well as the, oh my goodness, my brain today. Another Lenormand deck. It is not, I'm trying to remember. I cannot remember. I will put it in the comments there. It's the Magpie Lenormand, I believe. My brain. Okay, welcome to my world, guys. Okay, but getting into it for you, we're going to get a bit of an overview of, what lessons you need to learn with that Spirit Message deck. Now, these are pretty much just text-only cards, but we'll have a look at that for you. Okay, Gemini. What does Gemini need to learn? Okay, so we have this card here. They all look the same, but it does say, trust yourself more. Know that you are in the right place at the right time. Opportunities will present themselves to you when they are meant to, all in divine timing. Get excited about the future again instead of fearing it. So trusting yourself more, trusting your intuition, trusting that you are in the right place, that things are happening the way that they're supposed to for you. So a bit of a lesson just in that for you there, Gemini, but we'll have a look with the Lenormand as well. Okay, Gemini, what does Gemini need to learn? What does Gemini need to learn, please? Okay, and just clarify that first energy. Okay, yeah, so we're definitely seeing the card. I have the Tower here, and the card that has clarified that is the Mice, Gemini. So the one keyword that they both have in common is the past. Okay, so they both look at issues from the past. The Tower really does talk about, you know, the foundations that you've laid in your life and how those foundations have, you know, created the core of who you really are. So for a lot of you, this may even go back to your childhood. When I see the Tower, quite often it does go all the way back to childhood, those foundations that have been laid in how you believe in yourself, as we're seeing with that oracle to begin with trusting in yourself, knowing that you're in the right place, the right time, trusting that things are happening the way that they're supposed to. For some of you here, I am sort of picking up that, you know, the foundation that has been laid has been one of trying to control potential outcomes. That, you know, from a younger age, you may have been taught by example, or taught, you know, that you have to learn things a certain way in order for the outcomes to come around the way that you want them to. So it's going back and looking at these foundations within yourself, and what you may need to relearn in the foundations of yourself, and changing the perspective of how you're looking at things. And you know, even if it's something that, you know, this is your core, this is part of who you are, because you've done this, you know, because what we find with lessons and learning is, you know, when you've done something 10,000 times, that becomes a learned habit, you know, and if this has been your go-to, the way of dealing with things, you know, your whole entire life, then that's your automatic response, your automatic way of dealing with things in the future. So So it's all about going back and maybe needing to relearn, practice a different way of looking at things, of doing things. For a lot of you, it's got to do with the way that you allow things to stress you out. With that mouse energy there, that's things that take from your energy. That's, things that keep you up late at night, keep, niggling away in the back of your brain there. So, it's the way that you're processing stress, I feel, for a lot of you here, and the way that you're, trying to control stress and control those things that keep you up late at night. We do see with the Tower as well, it does talk about taking time in solitude. So I am kind of getting the message coming through here as well, Gemini, that for a lot of you, you're needing to learn how to ask for help and not do everything all by yourself. When things are starting to stress you out, not locking yourself away up in this fortress, actually asking for help, asking for other people's opinions and ideas on how to deal with those things, so that they're not sort of stressing you out and keeping you up late at night, not taking from your energy constantly. So I do sort of get the vibe here that a lot of you do sort of take yourself away and into solitude every time you're unsure how to deal with things, and that there's a foundation in that needs to be looked at, where you can actually sort of rely on other people to help you, sort through those emotions and whatnot as well. Okay, because I am sort of getting this message of, I'm getting, it takes a village. I keep hearing it takes a village. Normally that's in reference to, raising children, that it takes a village to raise children. But in your circumstance here, it's raising yourself and raising these childhood um, ways of dealing with things, and that it takes a village to show you other ways. It takes more than just the way that you've learnt from your parents. You can now have this opportunity to learn from the greater world around you, from the greater community around you, different ways of dealing with things and moving forward in the future without allowing those things to be such a weight on your mind to stress you out so much. So I do feel for a lot of you there is a lesson here in learning how to rely on other people a little bit more, take other people's advice and support when necessary, as well as, the way that you're allowing things to stress you out, and in the way that you process things that do stress you out and create anxiety, instead of allowing them to sort of eat away at you. Talk about those things. Bring them to the surface a little bit more. Don't lock them away where you're trying to avoid those things. Bringing them out into the open a little bit more there. Okay. We do also have here the scythe and the coffin. Okay, so this is definitely talking about needing to learn how to end things. Okay, because the scythe does talk about decisive, changes being made, breaking free from things, and the coffin really does talk about endings that bring new beginnings, that death and rebirth. So the lesson for you here is learning how to make much more decisive endings in your life, and once you decide that something is no longer serving your highest purpose, to make a sudden decisive change and a sudden decisive ending. So rather than thinking, oh, I'll give it a few more weeks, see what happens, and or kind of knowing that, for example, a person is no longer in your highest good, to have this person in your life, rather than sort of just dragging it out and just sort of saying, oh well, they might change, this might get better. No, making a decisive decision to go, no, you're not serving my highest good anymore. I'm closing the lid on this relationship. I'm ending this relationship. We're moving forward into the new beginning. Okay, so needing to close the lid on things a little bit quicker, a bit more suddenly, and a bit more decisively, needing to move forward from things a little bit more decisively, making very cut and dry decisions, and not allowing yourself to sort of drag decisions out a little bit here. Okay, Gemini, but we'll have a look at work, career, and finances as well. Okay, what does Gemini need to know in regard to work, career, and finances, please? Work, career, and finances for Gemini. Clarify why we're seeing that third card for Gemini, please. Okay, yeah, so the first two cards we have the anchor here, as well as the lily. Okay, so I do feel as though this is basically in regard to your work, your career. Even if you're not working, this is, you know, sort of talking about your progress towards your true career goals here. Okay, and it does sort of let us know that, you know, this is reliable, this is dependable, this is long term, you know, this is secure for you in the long term, that this is something, you know, for a lot of you, this is a job or a position that, you know, you can rely on this position being in your life for a, you know, a very sort of long kind of time here, that this is progressing you to, you know, to the future, and something that you can rely on, depend on. It's very stable for you. Okay, so I feel like that's pretty straightforward when it comes to the career side of things. We do also have here the tower, and then the key, clarifying that tower. Okay, so I do feel for a lot of you, this is reiterating what we've just seen in your lessons side of things, you know, because we do have that tower popping through once again. But with the key clarifying that this time, it does sort of show us that it's time to open the door to others. To, you know, every time you find yourself up in that tower, locking yourself away, trying to do everything very independently and in solitude of some form, it's time to open the door. It's time to let other people into that fortress, and, you know, lower the drawbridge, so to speak, and allow people in to help you and support you. Okay, so for a lot of you, this is, you know, career related, money related. So, you know, it may be talking for some of you about, you know, needing to allow a professional to go over your financial stuff so that they can help you, that you don't need to do it all by yourself, that you don't need to be this tall tower doing everything by yourself, that you know, the time has come for you to open up to other opportunities within help, you know, the community helping you kind of energy, the support. Okay, when you're struggling with something at work, not keeping that to yourself and trying to work out the solution all by yourself, opening yourself up to other people may have the solution for you. Other people may be able to advise you and help you. You know, we do see the key does talk about opening new doors to new opportunities. Okay, so there definitely is, with this correlation here too, with the stability long term for you within your career. For some of you, there may be, you know, the more that you're actually relying on the support of others around you and involving others in the work that you're doing, it is actually going to open up opportunities in the sense of promotions and, you know, rising within the career spectre here as well. So keep that in mind, because the key really does talk about success. It's opening yourself up to potential success and having these successful opportunities with others supporting you. It really is telling me that there's a lot of need and necessity for you to rely on other people at the moment. It's taking a village. It's not just, you know, don't allow the workload to fall solely on your shoulders. If you do need help, or you are struggling with a certain aspect, or you know, asking someone to, you know, double check your work, just read through this and just tell me, you know, am I on the right track with this? Pardon me. I'm just wanting, you know, someone to double check my work and make sure I haven't, you know, made any financial errors here. So for some of you, there definitely is the need for you to open yourself up to others around you, and that's actually really going to strengthen your foundation within your career and your financial aspects as well. Okay, so I will just, I'll go back to that initial Lenormand deck and just see if there's anything else wanting to come out for you here, Gemini. Any other important messages Gemini needs to be aware of? Any other important messages Gemini needs to be aware of, please? seeing repeating messages for you here, Gemini. You know, we have the bouquet, and that has come through with that key as well. So we've got a double up here with that key energy. The bouquet talking about giving your all, giving your time, your love, your energy, but also accepting the time, love, energy, help, support of others as well. The flowers is a very reciprocal energy. Okay, so it's all about accepting help when it's given as well. You know, I feel like you yourself, you may be somebody who is more than happy that if someone asks for help, you are more than happy to, you know, go over and help them go through their work and double check their stuff. But why are you not asking them in return? This is reciprocal energy. So it's very muchly, you know, giving your all, but allowing others to give to you as well, especially with that key, once again, you know, opening up to reciprocal energy, not just the one-sided energy where you go and give help and you go and give advice and you go and give support. Allow others to do that for you as well, Gemini, because, you know, I am just sort of intuitively picking up here that you doing this, it's not going to help just you. This is actually going to help these other people as well. You know, a lot of people out there, like if you've been in this energy of giving, 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 and you're gaining from the giving, you know, other people gain from giving as well. So you being open to receive from others is actually opening the door to, you know, stronger connections, you know, with these people for you as well. So really opening yourself up to reciprocal energy. Okay, a lot of success coming in for you here, Gemini, across the board. It's all a matter of not taking things so internally and taking it all, you know, on board all by yourself, not needing to be that tower fortress all alone. Okay, relying on others a little bit more here, and in all aspects of your life, I feel as well. It's sort of coming through multiple times here, repeating the same sort of message for you. So, you know, opening yourself up to others a little bit more this week, Gemini. Okay, so that's what we have for you this week. You're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Leave a comment. Let me know how that resonated for you. Like and subscribe to the channel as well, guys. And hopefully I will see you all soon.